Zip Ties Engineering.
In English, that means zip tie engineering.
How the intercooler gonna be cold after one run.
Here we are, one of my favoriteest racetracks in the country, in the Great Smoky Mountains, English Mountain Raceway. This now completes the trifecta. We've had the Dodger here, we had the white Camaro here, and now for the first time, we've got Fool's Gold here. We hit a little private track rental today, so we can see if we can get a little bit better of a handle on the 6.0. I put a little tune-up in there. We've got this place to ourselves this evening, this afternoon, whatever the case may be. Let's just go make a rip, shake it down, make sure everything's still working, everything's good to go, and hopefully the first one is good enough to build on. If not, we'll just turn it down some. We'll get it figured out one way or another. That's how you get faster. Cars, bro. Ain't in a roll bar. Yep. Ripped it right out of the frame. Yep. See here? Holes in the frame.
Both sides.
Yep. Ripped it right out of the frame. We have no shocks or no anti-roll bar. Fixing a car for 8 hours. Shouldn't have taken 8 hours. We did our best trackside fix. Huge shout out to Freddie LaFollette, John Womack. Freddie opened up his shop. John ended up bringing us some parts we needed. Now we can at least make one, right? Make sure everything we just fixed works. But yeah, that's what he said. Felt good. I stayed in it through the bump and it settled out fine. Shift light was on and I don't know quite why. It seemed like shift light never went off. So I want to check the log, make sure the car did shift, because it was at the point where I was getting ready to smack it. We could still go faster to 60. I need to stop like babying this thing. Maybe we'll do one where we let it eat a little bit. We gave it some power. We gave it one of the things that it's been lacking, which has been power. Ended up driving it a little bit at the top end and decided to just cut her short.
At one point I thought you were headed for those the blocks in the middle.
Yeah. That's the point where I decided to lift. I was like, I'm aiming a little too hard at them blocks. I'm gonna go ahead and lift this one out. We still picked up a few tenths even lifting before those blocks, so not quite the 60 foot I wanted. I think it did spin a little bit, but it recovered well. I want to take a look at the log. I think the converter's too loose. I think we got to go back to the tight converter because I think it's shifting and just dropping like no RPM, hanging out there at the limiter area. Does anything surprise you anymore?
No.
No. Good day. Back on the trailer under its own power again. Hell yeah. Now we need some food.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
So that would be the first one that he would open.
So after being on the road for about an hour or something, whatever, we ended up in Plain City, Ohio. There's not a lot in Plain City, Ohio, but there is Fire Punk Diesel. Now, I've never been here before. This place is insane. I've seen the videos, I've hung out with the guys, I've been there for records, but I've never been to the shop, and we just got a full tour of the shop. I mean, this place is incredible, the amount of stuff they're doing. Not only that, they were nice enough to go ahead and open up the shop for us. They're getting ready to head out to the same race that we're going to. We want to take the opportunity to swap the converter. We know from last time that the other converter is a little too loose. When we shift, we're not really getting much more RPM out of it. It's not right for the RPM range we want to run. So we're going to put the tight converter back in it. We've put a new radiator in it. We fixed some oil leaks. We swapped the trans brake solenoid. We've done a lot of different maintenance and stuff. And now with the tighter converter, we should be able to go a little bit faster. Plus, on the good surface, we should really be able to figure out what the new 6.0 motor, PRC heads, custom cam from Texas Speed, air to water intercooler from Trick Turbo, 210 Pro Series Snake Eater injectors. I mean, we've got some power capable here, but can we actually use it? Uncle Tom's got the converter. Tom, he's got the converter. We're gonna get this thing up in the air, get the converter swapped out, get it back together, back on the trailer, hit the road again. You gotta drive 12 hours and work on your race car. Your choices are work on the race car and make it better, or eat dinner. Dinner is served.
Very good cola, very good Coca-Cola.
Ooh, that thing's hot. Well, you know it's not messed up because Hot Shots fluid smells horrible anyway because of the sulfur-based zinc that they use, but it's burned and it smells horrible. Like everybody in here right now would be plugging their noses.
See this? It's funny, you can turn it. Ah, that's a nice toy.
This is what we should have put back in it when we put the 6.0 in.
Oh.
So the black one was looser. So 5.3 less power, we should use the looser converter. 6.0 more power, we should use the tighter one.
Each mile closer to the truck, he is more happier, more funny. He making the jokes, and he even understand the jokes sometimes now. Not much, but little bit.
There she was. That's all the way in. So with the torque converter, he knows a lot of stuff about clutches. all the cars in Europe are manual. But in a torque converter, you have to push it in.
Yeah.
It seats at different levels. So you got to spin it, push it, push it. And you hear the different clicks, how it goes in deeper and deeper. If you don't, it'll destroy the pump. And the first time you start it, you got to take the trans back out.
Tick, 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 many times. Tick, 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 many times. Click, 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 click. Different.
He's over here trying to be #1 crew chief of the world. I'm trying to teach him shit. He's like, yeah, tick, 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 tick.
My way to memorize the thing.
Yeah.
Everybody have his own way.
Turn it. For those of you at home wondering, nano shift is going to be like your type F.
Snowing in here. I think you shook some
The
shit
roof
loose.
is pretty high. Like, it shouldn't be that bad. Still built boost. It was a little slow. I think I need to adjust the table a little bit with the tighter converter, because with the loose converter, we were able to just, as soon as I hit the gas, drop 18 degrees of time and clear out of it. I think this one needs a little bit of ramp, but it still builds quick enough. Woo, baby. Hey, bud. You're about 75 foot short. He said he only needed 125 foot under power to beat me. So right now they're about 75 short. Taking my Jack for a walk. All right, so after a late night last night, and we went to bed at like 4:30, 5 a.m. Came up to Wagler Motorsports Park. This is the ODSS season finale, so it's the final race of the ODSS, the Outlaw Diesel Super Series, happening this weekend. We came out early on this Thursday, and I want to shout out some special folks. You know who you are. Thank you for helping us out. We're actually here a day early, and we're gonna do pro testing. So we're gonna go ahead and make a couple passes. We haven't done anything with the Titan inverter. We're not sure how it's gonna act, how everything's gonna work. Right now, we're actually swapping the trans brake for our old one. This solenoid was having a little bit of a leak, and the wiring wasn't that great and everything. So I had bought a new trans brake solenoid, put it in, and last night when we were putting on the trailer, I noticed that it wanted to get like stuck. It wasn't fully engaging and releasing because it was a different style. Rather than take the chance on burning up the trans, letting go of the button, and it still being half stuck in reverse, we're just gonna go back to the old one. We'll wrap a rag around it, zip tie it up. We know it leaks a little bit, but it's not, you know, it's not gonna be messing up the track or anything like that. I think pro testing is open, he said, till like at least 6, he said maybe 8, something. It's 2:30 now, so we've got some time. It's starting to cool down a little bit. Let's get this swapped out, and then we'll start bump testing, spool testing, everything. If everything checks out, we should be good to go.
There it is.
Here at DNR Auto, we care about the environment. We don't put trans fluid into the grass for once.
Save the grass.
Save the grass. To spool it up on the brake twice and be at 168, that Proform radiator, money, perfect. So we'll let the trans cool down a little bit, get some GoPros in here, go make our first rip. I've got a tune-up in it. I got a tune-up in it. Yeehaw! Yeehaw, let's go. So that turbo blanket is new, so I don't know if that's part of it, but I see we're blowing some oil out here. All right, where's the slip?
This one.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I think it was like a 590.
590?
It felt good.
Fucking good.
591.
Pretty
First
damn good
rate.
at that.
Pretty damn good for the
120 mile
feeling
an
the
hour.
time.
141, 60 foot. It shook the tire. It hit the tire a little bit.
Pulled you to the right off the bat.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I felt, well, I think that was steering wheel.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't think I was comfortable in being straight. That was pretty soft. I mean, I don't know that we can get much harder after it to the 60 foot because it was already, you know, I could feel it hitting the tire pretty hard. We got to figure out what's going on with this oil. We can't be doing that. We'll have to let it cool down. We'll take some stuff apart. We got lunch here. Let's eat some lunch and go from there.
Zip ties engineering.
In English, that means zip tie engineering.
That's what I thought it exactly means. Zip tie engineering. Engineering.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
All way long straight. It's easiest way to drive the car. Just straight on.
I need to put him in this thing and let him let go of the button and a 140 60 foot.
Okay.
And I bet you he lifts before he gets to 50 feet. And that's why Ryan Milliken makes fun of me. Because I have an air compressor. Exactly. He ain't out here. I gotta figure out how do we turn it down enough to go fast but not shake the tire. That is the question. But we got a data log this time. I've got an idea, and I've talked to some other folks around, and there's one of two things you can do, and it's like shaking the tire like that. You can turn it down until it stops shaking the tire, or you can try turning it up to induce wheel speed off the line. If you notice, the sidewall of the tire, we're just crushing the tire. Maybe we'll try turning it up and seeing if we can really get up on the tire and almost induce wheel speed to try to keep it round. It's a dangerous line to ride because wheel speed and then it's spinning and then wheel speed and it's happy. I don't know. We've left harder with this car, so we can try it. I mean, we're here and it's like kind of back to street carish trim where the radiator's working. We don't got to spend 27 hours cooling it down. So about 6 o'clock now. They're going till 8. Let's make one more, see what happens.
Sir.
That one worked, sort of. It seems to have gotten out a bit farther before it started shaking. Did still shake, but it got out further, shook. I drove through it. I don't know what's going on because it shouldn't be driving right.
But it is.
But it
Definitely
is.
going
Nothing
right.
about the rear suspension has changed. So,
You want to guess what you went? Do you know?
if you're asking me, it's probably something good. 87,
84.
84. 84 is good. Yeah, more power earlier. So I guess we'll just keep doing that. Keep giving it more power earlier. See what the heck happens. All right.
And it worked.
It worked, yeah, it worked. So, went faster. We need, what do we need? This thing has only ever been 580 with the 5.3, and it took 25 pounds. All right, so we decided to see if they would let us run side by side, and they're cool with it. So, he runs 590 usually, and I've been running about 590. So we just did something silly with this. It's either gonna go or it's not, but should be a good time. It'll just be something cool, you know what I mean? Yeah.
But there's definitely a.
Well, the drain is tight.
What is this? Like it can drip off of the bottom of your wastegate, like the.
So how the hell are we getting oil at the bottom of the whiskey? Because it's on the tire too. Hold on. Okay. Pull the suspension up. All right, so it looks like we blew the dipstick tube out. It's a little loose. We can fix it, but not in enough time to make more passes tonight. So we're gonna have to go back to the pit, fix it tonight, let it be ready for tomorrow so we can race tomorrow. And it sucks because we would have had a perfect drag race right there. Like we were running almost identical times from my last pass. It's all right, it happens. It's been a good day. We've made progress. We've gone almost as fast as the 5.3 with 6 less pounds of boost. We've almost done what the 5.3 has done. I've got no complaints about that. We were just trying to get after it more. I wasn't even adding more boost on top at the end. I was just trying to bring it in faster. Now it's a good time. We got stainless diesel in their pro mod. We got Michael Cordova and his dragster that just went like $3.99. So I'm sure the last few passes of the night are gonna be super fast. Track has cooled down dramatically. The temperature has dropped. Should be a really good time. So we'll hang out, watch a couple of these, and we'll get ready to race tomorrow. All it takes to ruin your day is one dipstick.